Hi everyone, I wanted to show you the new journal that I've bound. I have been promising process videos. I did buy a tripod which doesn't really do the job, so I've managed to do this with a selfie stick. But I wanted to show you this because I've started to work in it. I've combined my daily journaling with the 200-day journalings just so I can carry this with me and around instead of having two books. So it's very simple. It's nothing fancy, not what you call very good at sewing. So it was very experimental. I basically used an envelope, used a wadding fabric and just sewed it randomly. Attached a lace on the edge, and that's pretty much how it is. Now I also did a fat quarter pocket in here and just another bit of lace which I've just glued on, and it's staying on quite well. I'm quite happy with it. I always like to do a title page because, you know, I don't know, I just do. Starting in October. That's a clothing tag that I've used, and I've just covered it up, the writing. Inside, I love doodling. I've always been a big fan of it. So I just did some there. I've got an envelope that I print my stamps out of and put it in. So, and people ask me how I join this, but all I've done is used a clear tape, and I have just literally attached to the end. Nothing on this side. Sorry about that noise. I love black cockatoos. They're very rare in Australia, so and I just love this image, so I just put it in. So with my journals, I don't really have any rules. If I like something, I'll stick it in. If I don't like something, I'll take it out, cover it. I use it as a glue book. I use it as writing stuff. I use it as a doodling place. With my other journal, I even have puzzles and stuff that I do. Now this is my daily journaling. I just wanted to do an October recap. So all I've done is stick that piece of paper there, create a pocket, and create some cards. On the back, I've written on it and a word of the day, and they're just sweet peas. Okay, so this is how. So I have done loves to read from 60 onwards. I'm going to see. I don't know how many I'm going to fill in this journal, but I've just layered it by using a little girl. I really like that image. Word of the day. I like this. I don't know what it was, but I like the writing. I thought I'd create a little pocket envelope. I like this. It's a print or a picture from, I think, the murals of the palaces in India. So I really love the colours. So I printed this out on a photographic paper. It gives it some weight. Coffee dyed it, and just it's easy to write on. So all I've done is cut the corners and you just tuck it in here. I think the prompt 61 was football. I think you guys have American football. I'm not a big follower of sports, but I've done this because we have rugby, NRL. So that's the only time I really watch something here. So just I got the image to just give it some weight. I sewed around, and that was my word of the day. Sometimes when I feel there's too many images to break up, I usually just put in, it's not vellum, it's just tracing paper. And all I've done is stuck it out. I've stuck, this to me is a godsend. It's clear, you don't see it, and this is what I used to join most of the stuff with. That's a scrum, if anyone watches rugby. I just thought that was interesting. Just shows the difference between football Just quickly wrote about it, nothing major. I like that. Like I said, there's no rules. I found this image of a wallpaper. I put that in. I thought that married up with that quite well. I have incorporated some bullet dot bullet journals, and I love it because what it does is it gives me a grid to do my doodling on, and I did that. There is the relevance of this page is really nothing. I just like it. I love miniature Indian paintings that go back to 17th century, and I love that picture, and I thought it was quite apt. I attached some lace here. I thought, you know, she's picking lotus, so I used some actual pictures of lotus. Right on the reverse word of the day. So I promise, guys, now that I've figured out how to do this, I will have some process videos. They'll probably be very boring, but so November tip-in. This is from a calendar that dates back to 1930s, I think. I just like the fact that I can section the months. So the only thing I really wanted was the word November, but I like the image. This is a little stamp that I got, and I like the image, so I just kind of put it in there. No, not really anything major. Still doodling a little bit. Now, this pages I've prepared for personal journaling for this week. Actually, this one's got quite a few layers on it because I didn't like what was underneath, so I've covered over and covered over. There was a joining here, so I didn't like that, so I just stuck that on there. A bit of washi on the edge. When I did the printing, I did 2 images side by side and turned that into a book, and I just thought that will allow me to do word of the day or something, whatever. So I'll just do my daily journaling this week in this section. Practicing self-care. I was 63. That's a William Morris drawing, I think. Now this little thing was a pamphlet from my holidays recently. So this journal that I've bound is just recycled paper, and it gives me a substrate to stick things on and start doing my own thing. As you can see, it's nothing, but I'll cover this, I'll add stuff in, and I will show you how to do it as I do use this journal now that I've figured out how to tape. So I printed out just some text because I thought it was really nice. I just did a plain because it breaks up the text. The topic was practicing self-care, and I just like this image because for me, a tidy, organised home keeps my mind calm, so that's a form of self-care. These are also things that I've printed out. They're from paintings from palaces of Jaipur, I think, and I've just written on one, done word of the day on the other, and I've just created a tuck spot here. That's pretty much what I've done in the new journal. I will be doing some process videos, so get ready, guys.